Hey everyone, welcome back to As a Second Language, the best place for high performers who want to learn languages quickly. My name is Mallory, and I am in the middle of a 7-day language challenge focusing on Spanish to see how much I can learn in 1 week based on a method from a YouTuber named Nathaniel Drew, who happens to be a polyglot. And in his method, he learned a language in 7 days. And that is exactly what I am trying to do. So if you haven't watched my introduction video talking about that, or my day 1 video talking to you about how I started this challenge, make sure you check those out in the cards above. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how day 2 went and the things that I did. To be completely honest, it didn't look a whole lot different than day 1. I knew I was going to be focusing mainly on vocabulary within the first few days, but the method did change. So I thought that that would be something that would be really interesting for you guys to know. On day 1, I wanted to get to 1,000 words if I possibly could, just because I didn't want to spend the bulk of the week or even the beginning of the week really just focusing on vocabulary. I wanted to get to the point where I was learning sentence structure and word order in Spanish and conjugations and things like that. So I wanted to get the bulk of my vocabulary down within the first day, maybe day or 2. And I ended up getting to about 700 words on day 1, and that's when I kind of hit a wall, because I realized that after a while I was starting to look up vocabulary words that were, yes, probably going to help me in conversations in the future, and eventually I do want to learn, but not completely essential for the first conversations that I'm going to be having in Spanish to get started, so to speak. And this is something that I feel like is really important in Nathaniel's method, because he really focuses on setting aside the traditional method of learning a language and focusing on what you need to start having conversations. And when I saw myself going down this hole of looking at a bunch of different vocabulary for maybe different types of clothing or food or, home vocabulary or anything like that, I started to realize, okay, while I do want to learn this vocabulary, this is not the essential stuff that I need to be learning in order to have conversations and first get started. So that's when I stopped. And like I said, I think that was about around 700 words, and I decided to take a different approach. And the approach from there that I decided to shift to for researching vocabulary was less about lists of the top 100 or top 1,000 words, and more about what vocabulary do I need. And the way that I was searching for that vocabulary was by starting to talk or write out sentences about me and what I'm doing in my day-to-day life, how I'm feeling, etc., so that I can see the words that I use in English, find the equivalents in Spanish, and then from there, when I learn a new vocabulary word, I add it to my list. And I know by doing that within probably the next couple of days, I'll finish my list of 1,000 words. The next step from there, which Nathaniel talks about in detail, and I totally think is an awesome idea, is recording yourself saying those words into just a voice recorder app on your phone, and then listening back to it in order to memorize those words quickly. And this is something that I'm a huge supporter of, and I think is a great idea. I actually use this method with a lot of different things when I'm working with my clients. It feels weird to record yourself and listen to yourself speak, especially when you're learning a new language, because you feel stupid, you're not pronouncing things totally right, and it's just awkward. But listening to yourself speak is so powerful because it helps you build that confidence, and it also integrates the words that you've started learning deeper into your memory. So Honestly, that's something about his method that I really liked, and I can't wait to dive even more into that and keep listening to myself pronounce these words so that I can memorize them as quickly as possible by the end of the week. And yeah, that will help me a lot when I start diving into sentence structure and grammar and things like that. And I'm excited to tell you more about that and how my week goes tomorrow. So that's pretty much it for day 2. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Adios.